Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now let's talk about the Undisputed fight that is happening this weekend. Obviously there has been a lot of talk about AJ versus Fury and that is no longer going to happen. But this is an Undisputed fight that is actually happening in the super lightweight division between Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. Now this is for everything in that division, that's why it's called Undisputed, and it means that Josh Taylor or Jose Ramirez has a chance to make history for themselves. Josh Taylor has come through extremely quickly, turning pro in 2015, and he's a world champion, unified world champion. Now he has this epic matchup, World Boxing Super Series champion as well, in that epic fight with Regis Prograis. Now, in this fight, I think that Josh Taylor he's come through the hard way, but Jose Ramirez has not had easy either. I just believe that Josh Taylor, for the fights he's had, has stepped up quicker and proven himself quicker than Ramirez. Not just that, it's also about the fights he's had. I mean, Josh Taylor went in his 10th fight against O'Hara Davis, and he's fought the likes of Regis Prograis, Baranchik, Postal as well. And I know that Jose Ramirez has fought Postal, but that was a couple of years after. He's also been in the ring with Maurice Hooker, and that was a good win. I'm just thinking that Josh Taylor is more of a seasoned world championship fighter than Jose Ramirez. Now, does that mean that he can get the victory? I mean, it's going to benefit him, but it doesn't guarantee him a victory over Jose Ramirez because Ramirez has had nearly 10 more fights than Josh Taylor. So you can see how fast Taylor has gone through the pro game, but experience doesn't necessarily come with the amount of fights they've had. It's about who they fought in their time as a professional, and if you look at it like that, then Josh Taylor has the more experience at world level, I would say anyway. Especially considering he was a part of that World Boxing Super Series where there is no hiding from anyone, and whoever emerges is considered number one in that weight class. So Josh Taylor does go into this fight as number one, Jose Ramirez would be number two. At least that's the way you kind of have to look at it, because going into that World Boxing Super Series, that means that whoever emerges is then considered number one of that division universally, and I think that it was number one versus number two between Prograis and Taylor. Now, I do believe that going into this fight, Josh Taylor will be looking to box a little bit more, but if there is a chance to get stuck in, is he going to say no? Of course he's not, he loves to get stuck in. But he did say in an interview when he first linked up with Ben Davidson, he said that he does get a wee bit too stuck in at times, so there will be some things they plan to work on, but going in there against Jose Ramirez, can you imagine him boxing his way to a decision? I wouldn't imagine that that is going to happen. Ramirez will want to make a fight of it, and Josh Taylor will happily do that if they engage in that kind of fight, and I'm believing they're gonna. So who has the better chance, especially considering we can expect them to be fighting up close? I would imagine they'll be fighting at mid to close distance because Ramirez does like to close that gap as well, and he does work down to the body, but when he does do that, he doesn't move his head and he doesn't change angles. He does as he's coming in, but he does have a tendency to plant his feet and look to trade with his opponent. He's not going to be able to do that so easily with Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor has proven he does have a lot of resistance. I mean, he can take a punch. We saw that definitely in the Regis Prograis fight, and towards the end maybe he did suffer in that last round with fatigue, but still he was getting caught and he was still in there. It's going to be hard to break someone down like Josh Taylor, and I'm not entirely sure that Jose Ramirez, as tough as he is and as hard as he punches, I'm not entirely convinced that he's going to be able to do it to Josh Taylor. So if I was going to pick a favourite for this fight, I would definitely say that Josh Taylor is the favourite, but still, it's going to be an extremely tough fight for Josh Taylor. And I mean, you can't guarantee anything in boxing, especially at this level, for all of the marbles in the super lightweight division. I guess the only thing we can do is just wait and see and enjoy the fight as it plays out. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Who are you picking for this fight? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also leave a like and grab that subscribe button. Thanks guys.